That was the first time I felt loved. I felt that I was really in love and did a lot of things together. Building a new company in Lagos and also being in a relationship. So when we get home, we have to manage talking about relationship and talking about work and also disagreeing on relationship and disagreeing on work. So it was a very, very hectic conversation to have sometimes. So many a time those two things are mixed up together. What now happened that destroyed the relationship totally was as a result of the business.
So if you want to talk, I guess it will have to be a group talk.
Why does it have to be a group talk?
In Closure or No Closure, we delve into the complexities of relationships and conflict resolution. Each episode features guests who have ongoing misunderstanding with someone, sharing their perspectives and experiences. At the end, guests decide whether they want a closure or no closure with the other party. This thought-provoking series explores themes of reconciliation, understanding, and personal growth. In today's episode, we have Offor Mbang. He is seeking closure with his ex-girlfriend, who was also his business partner. Our producers tried to get his ex-girlfriend on the show, but she vehemently refused to come and blocked all our numbers. So Offor will be calling her in on the show instead. Will it be a closure or no closure between Offor and his ex-girlfriend and business partner? Well, stick around to find out. But first, let's hear what went down between them.
My name is Affor Mbang, and I'm also, in terms of my profession, I'm a network engineer. I'm a very easygoing person, somebody that I love pleasure so much. I love work as well. Currently now, I'm in a relationship. I'm not married yet, but I'm in a relationship. So basically, I reached out to the closure. I saw this program somewhere, and I saw the program and what the program was about. And I know that I had something on my chest that I need to let out. And I saw this as a very good avenue for me to, talk about it, because this is the only place I see that it gives me the confidence to talk about it, because I've avoided that conversation for a long time. But I still see that one day I will still have to have this conversation. So when I reached out to the producers of the show that I would love to be on the show, they obliged me the opportunity for me to be on the show to talk about my relationship and the things that happened, and the things I think I was wrong about, and also the things I think if I have opportunity to work on and amend. Because most times when issues happen, at that time when tempers are boiling, you might not really be in the right mood to take the right decision. So, but when a lot of time has passed, and then you look back at what happened, you may have gained more insight, you may have developed yourself in those aspects, and you see the things you didn't do well. And sometimes it's always advisable to reach out, especially when you know that there are things you know you are wrong. It's advisable to reach out and try to iron out those things so that everyone will live in peace with themselves. Yes, I had a relationship. I would say that was my very first relationship that I would call a relationship. Why will I say so? Because that was the first time I felt loved. I felt that I was really in love, and He happens to be with somebody I did not just meet on the way. We happen to be colleagues and did a lot of things together. I love her work ethics. I love everything about her. And I think she also loves me too. And well, we got talking and then we said that, okay, let us explore this option. So in exploring that option, the relationship, we were employees in a business when we met. We were working together. I was the business manager at that time, and then she was also one of the managers in the marketing department. So we met, and as we were working together, we loved ourselves and we got into a relationship. So from that office, we also, apart from the relationship, we were also like-minded in terms of business. So, and I think that closure is a place to be able to air out these views. So we're like-minded, and she saw the passion in me about especially how I manage the particular business, and we discussed the fact that, okay, if you can manage this well this way, what if we seek for some investment so that we can go do this thing ourselves? And I saw a sense in that, and that is how we peacefully exited our organization where we were, and then we set up our own organization in 2020. Okay, 2019, yes. Toward the end of 2019 was when the company was set up. So we were together in the office, and then we had to now, both of us, be boss. So we had staffs and also other business partners. And just lest I forget to mention, this person is also a church member. So the relationship was just deeper than we being in a romantic relationship. It was all-round relationship. So that is why I seize every opportunity I have to make peace with her, because I know that I owe her that much, and closure gives me that opportunity to do so. And I hope that today will be that day I will finally put an end to this, and hope that whatever happened between us, we resolve it and move forward and become friends, because the main reason for all these things is for me to ensure that we, even if we have to go our separate ways, just like we have done for some time, but we have to do so without being enemies to each other. So that is the reason. So we got into the relationship, and 6 months into the relationship, work, because building a new company in Lagos and also being in a relationship. So when we get home, we have to manage talking about relationship and talking about work, and also disagreeing on relationship and disagreeing on work. So it was a very, very hectic conversation to have sometimes. So many a time those two things are mixed up together. Maybe when there's a disagreement at work, we bring it into the relationship, and then the disagreement in relationship, we take it to work. We are having a disagreement in the relationship, we get to work, and then you are unable to really relate well because you were not happy when you left home and all those things. So those things continue for some time now, and we were very honest with ourselves. Each time we are very sincere, each time we are free from a lot of pressure, either work or relationship, and we are having an honest conversation. We tell ourselves that we are not really managing the work relationship and then the romantic relationship well. And as such, how can we work on this? So we gave it a time. We tried to work on it. And also there were some other interference from the office, and those things were not helping us. So at the time, I was the one that decided that, okay, I would prefer the work relationship don't spoil because of the romantic relationship. So I ask, can we just like take a break on this relationship to see whether we can work better, because it's affecting our work? Although because we own the business, it wasn't more of an issue because we don't have somebody to be looking at us and saying, okay, your relationship is affecting the business. But at the same time, we know that, okay, if we are to grow as young men and women growing up, then if we are to grow, we need to really put ourselves together and ensure that we don't allow the business to suffer because of our relationship. So we mutually agreed that, okay, if that will serve us well, especially serve the business well, let us pause for a while, which we did for 3 months, and we were cool. We were cool, even though it wasn't easy because, sometimes when you walk into your partner's office and you want to play those kind of play you are used to, and then you just remember that, oh, we are in a break, those kind of situations, you just have to, hold yourself. So that went on for 3 months, and then we said, okay, let's get back to ourselves. And then, so basically, what now happened that destroyed the relationship totally was as a result of the business. So a lot of things were happening in the business. I was the managing director of the business, while she was in charge of the HR of the business. So we started having some disagreement about management of staff, management of cash and everything, because when we started, it was like we run the whole thing, so everything was run by us. So we started having that disagreement, and some of those disagreements will get to the board. We call board meetings where some other investors has to come in, and we table all those matters. So it was becoming a very, very hectic, situation to manage work and relationship, and as such. So something happened in the job environment where one of the investor that we had talked to me about something, because I was like the brain behind every business we run. I was the brain behind every business we run, and each time we are having some kind of challenge in the business, I have to come up with a lot of thinking to see that, okay, how are we going to better this thing? So there was a business plan I wrote, a business proposal I wrote to incorporate in our business to ensure that we are more liquid. So one of the investor came, and, when he saw the business plan, he told me that since we are not ready to implement it, can it implement it in a kind of pilot phase to see how it works? If it's something that works well, then we will later incorporate that into the business. So remember, everyone involved in this business, we were 5 altogether. 3 of us were running the day-to-day business, while 2 were like advisors and investors. And everyone, we are brethren. By being brethren, I mean we attend the same church. So it was a kind of family affair and also business affair. So sometimes it was really terrible having to discuss as business people and having to discuss as family people. So when you are doing things, you want to be professional at times, and you now remember that you are dealing with also people you see as your brothers, and then you have to let some things to slide, So I gave into that idea of, okay, try out this since we are not ready to implement it, and then when it works. So, but the mistake I did, which was not actually my entire fault, because when I was giving out the idea, I already told him that I was going, because my colleagues already know about this idea. I've discussed with them, as I've carried them along when I was writing it. So I need to bring them into it. And then he said, okay, when we have a board meeting, he's going to do so. You know, I'm talking about, like I said earlier, my relationship and the work life were interwoven. So you might hear a lot of about work life and all those things, because every day my dealings with my ex were more of work, and then few of relationships at home. So that is why you hear that I'm talking about work for some time, because that is where all this, really originated from. So I told the investor that, okay, I need to discuss it with my other business partners, so that it doesn't seem as though I'm giving out a trade secret, even though I know you are part of the business. He said, okay, that's not an issue, because this was happening around October. He said, in December, we are having a board meeting. By then, we've not gone far in this business. So I will discuss it with the board and tell them how far I've gone and all those things. So I allowed that, and he started the business with my support and my knowledge. He started the business, and the business was growing while we were still doing ours, but they were running on a separate idea than the idea we were running on. So my ex then, with my other colleagues, they now became too close together, because as we were having some misunderstanding, you know, a lot of times people feed on the weaknesses of others for them to insert themselves into some people's lives. So we gave room for that, and those who saw that opportunity inserted themselves in the middle. They were now being a go-between, trying to say, oh, this guy is doing you like this guy is not playing, and this guy is, So when they later, in that December, yes, December of 2021, discovered that, okay, this our other partner who was with us but was not running the business, was running the business idea that I wrote. So they were not happy about it, but they never confronted me to tell me that, okay, they were not happy about it. And I never told them, because I know that they were going to hear anytime soon, because we will be having a board meeting and all those things. So, but I didn't know that they themselves have gone to find out, okay, what was happening. Was I the one that gave out the idea? And it happens that they saw that, okay, yes, I was the one that gave out the idea. So I saw a lot of things changing in the office, until when I finally know that, okay, something was up, was when I resumed work one morning, and I discovered that my safe was buckled into, and some business document like the registration document and some things were already taken out of my office. So I know that nobody buckled into the business. It was my colleagues that did that. So I asked questions and nobody said anything. So until that, the final day that the issues finally happened was when we were in the board meeting, and we were 5 in the board. And then the 3 of them, my ex and my other 2 business partners, were aligned, while I myself and the chairman of the business, who happens to also be the person that was running the other side of the business, were also together. So when we sat in the board to look at the day-to-day running of the business, it was a session. In fact, it was something I can never imagine. And I also always thank God that that particular board meeting was not on record that day, because I can imagine each time I play back, even though I don't even have something to look at, but each time I play back what transpired that day on my head, like our entire relationship that we have built, from friendship, from everything, collapsed on that day. So it was a terrible situation, and everyone left very sad and very depressed. I was depressed for a year. I lost because I invested a lot of energy and a lot of resources on getting that business up, and then everything just went down the drain. So it wasn't easy. And also because it happened with people that are my brothers and sisters. So it was something that was very terrible each time I remember it. So I was very resentful for some time, and also I discovered that she also, it wasn't easy for her. In fact, she was, because of the shock of everything that happened, she was sick and was hospitalized in the hospital, which I went to see her there, and, we talked that day, and she, blamed me for the fact that everything that has happened till she found herself in the hospital has been my fault and all those things. And I took responsibility, especially that she was not in any condition where I would start apportioning blame, even though I understand that when things go wrong, there is never a time that one person is entirely wrong. So, but that was not a time to talk about whether I was wrong or right. I took the blame. I accepted all the responsibilities and everything. So, then, since then, I was depressed and was unable to reach out to anyone. I changed my line. I changed everything about me. At a point in time, I had to even leave Lagos to go to the village and stay for a month or two. So by the grace of God, I am here today, and also have been able to let all those things go. But the main reason why I still think this session, this closure is very important is because we've not really had time after that incident to talk about the things that happened and forgive ourselves. So I've been looking for such opportunity to be able to voice out this, because I've not really spoken with so many people except my close friends who know what happened. So, and this program closure, when I listen to what they do, I think that it's a good program that gives people the opportunity to talk about things like this, and then try to make amends in ways we can. Because I'm sure she will watch this program as well. She will see this program. And if she happened to watch this program, she will know that when I said I needed this settlement, I was not just being, I was not just looking for a way to redeem myself, but I really wanted to say how sorry I am for everything that have happened, and then take responsibility. I am using this opportunity to say that, okay, I'm very sorry for everything that has happened. I can't start now to recount, because time will fail me to recount, but we know the things that happens between us and how we felt disappointed that we didn't handle things well, and how I still wish that things never ended that way. But at the same time, because I cannot turn back the hands of the clock, we just have to move forward in life today.
Okay, so why do you think she refused to honor our invitation? Because we reached out to her not once or twice separately, but she declined at every point.
Okay, perhaps I might say that maybe she has not really gotten over what has happened, or maybe if she has, because when you told me about trying to reach out and she wasn't responsive, I need to make some investigations, and I discovered that within that period, she was also having some personal challenges. She lost the dad, and some other things were happening. So I think that that period might just be a wrong time for her. And then another thing I think is that maybe she just said, okay, since she has moved on, you know how some people just think moving on from the past is never talking about the past. So they think anytime you go back to it, it always bring back those bad memories. So some people decide that, okay, this I will never talk about it again. So I think she might be in that state of mind that, okay, you know what, this thing did not work and we've let go, let us let go. Why are you bringing me back into this conversation again? So I think that might be the case, or it might also be the case that other things were, going on with her that were overwhelming and she doesn't think that was the right time to be able to talk about this.
Can you give her a call on your phone and see if she's gonna pick up the call?
Okay, sure. I can give her a call. The number is still here. Can give her a call. Okay.
Get closer to your mic. You know your mic is in your neck.
Yeah. So,
You don't have to tell her that you're on the show, just.
okay, no response. Let me try one more. I know it's been a while, so when you see something that you were not expecting, you first think whether it's real. So, okay, so apparently she's not picking up. I still remember the few good things I that still happens. She takes me out, we go to the boutique, she'll say this one will fit you. Me, I don't know how to choose clothes, so she always choose a lot of clothes for me. Oh, this one will fit you, this one will fit you. And there are many of those things I still see. So each time I look at it, it's just she I remember, and I think that I really owe her this apology, and I want to sincerely say that whatever happened between us, if there's any way she thinks that I still need to make amends, she should not fail to reach out to me. That I have let everything go, I have learned my lessons, and I wish this never happened, but at the same time, what has happened, so we just have to ensure life goes on. That I want to say that I still hope that one day we will have this opportunity for us to talk about this and also iron that out, so that whenever we see ourselves, we will see ourselves from the lens of people who really love themselves dearly, and not those who could not make things work out and then become an eternal enemy. So I am always open to that, having that conversation anytime the opportunity shows itself. I don't hold any animosity towards anything that happens between us. I just think that a lot of things that happens and we could not handle, even though I hoped we handled it well, but at the same time, there's nothing we can do right now. But I just want us to be their friends, because I really value and enjoy that relationship. The advice, especially the putting me in checks and all those things. So I still miss those things, even though I have somebody that does that for me now, but I still value that time we shared together. And I want to say once again that I'm sorry for how things ended, and also I will wish that we also sit down together to have this conversation, so that that reconciliation will be complete.
Okay. Alright, can you call her again?
Okay, let me
See if
try.
she'll pick this time around.
Yeah, let me try again.
We really wish she was here because that's the whole essence of this show. Who have had things like this?
let me try again, and I will ship it. Okay. Hi, peace. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you.
If I say it has been a long time, it's an understatement.
Who am I speaking with?
Wow. This is Offor.
Oh, okay.
So,
Good morning.
good morning. Were you expecting this call? You never were.
I wasn't expecting it.
I see. So, how have you been? Where are you? Are you still in Lagos?
Yes, I'm in Lagos.
Okay. How are you? It's been a while. I've actually tried to reach out on WhatsApp. I don't know. You had issues with your phone?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So, Abby, you deleted your accounts because I don't see you online.
I blocked you.
Ah, sorry. I hope you come back soon, Sha.
From where? From blocking you?
Yes.
No.
Why? You're still very upset about me.
I don't have any business with you now, so there's no need. There's no need.
Okay.
What can I do for you today?
Okay. Well, the thing is, we will always have business because why we will always have business is because the kind of relationship we share goes beyond whatever has happened between us. So, even though we might not have business based on the things that have passed, so I just think that I want us to meet and talk about what has happened because I still feel terrible in some of those things, and I still feel that I need to get it off my chest. I cannot talk to anybody who was not involved. It is me and you that were involved that I think can be able to, talk over these things. So wherever I can make amends, and we do so. So I still feel that is necessary for me. I don't know for you. So what do you think?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
No.
Okay. Anyway, the call, I know the call may be sudden because you were not expecting the call, and as such, you may not have given it a thought. But I think that it will be best for you to give it a thought, and maybe you reach out to me if you can.
Well, if you ask me, there's nothing to think about really. I have problems of my own. So if you want to talk, you can come to the office. So we are there. We can talk there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still in the office?
Yes, but right now we don't work on Saturday anyway, so it's weekend.
Okay.
So if you want to talk, I guess it will have to be a group talk.
Why does it have to be a group talk?
It's a group talk now. If something happened in the past and you're thinking about it, you want to get it off your chest. I don't think it's about you and me.
No.
Maybe I don't understand.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand. Apart from, I'm not even relating to, business talks and all those ones. If it's business talks, I mean, I see Victor, we talk with Victor, and, so I've been involved in those kind of conversations. But you in particular, I think I owe you more than just a business talk. So it's not a group kind of talk.
Honestly, I really don't think it's about that. I really don't think you should bother yourself. There is nothing to talk about, really.
Okay.
I don't think you should bother yourself. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right, but I still need to see you. I wish to.
Well, I don't think that can happen.
But you just gave me a lead way that I should come to the office. You not change your mind.
No, I was thinking it's business, something that happened between us as friends or business partners.
Okay.
That was what you wanted to talk about. So that was why I told you to come to the office.
Okay.
So,
all right, it's fine, no problem. Thank you for picking my call.
yeah, it's fine.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for closure, for giving me this opportunity. Like I said, some of these things is good to always, talk about it openly like this, because it also lifts a lot of burdens from your heart to know that, okay, you really made an effort. Because even if you are making this effort in your mind, or you are trying when so nobody is there and all those things, so it will always be hard to explain that, oh, I made effort and all those things. So that is why when I saw this opportunity, I say, okay, this effort I've been making, let me take this effort to the next level.
Is it going to be a closure or no closure? Put down your answer. Make it bold, your yes or your no. Let it be bold and we can move from.
Okay. So I've written down my answer.
So show us your answer for you.
Okay, having gone through, I think my answer is actually correct here. So having gone through what I've gone through and everything that has happened, I think this is my answer.
Why? Why do you think you don't have a closure?
Because I think I'm not given that opportunity again. And before I came into this program, like I said, I have pushed for this to happen. I've used a lot of avenue, and just like, we Christians, the Bible will always say you should pursue peace with all men as much as it rely on you. So what that means is that peace can only be possible from your own end. So, but from the other person's end, if she says, oh, I'm fine and everything. So, but I think from the conversation that has happened today, at least I have gotten a bit of what I have gotten. Like, if you listen to the conversation that happens, you know that the things I spoke about were actually true, the things that happens, because when I requested that we have to meet and talk, she was thinking it's a business kind of, you understand, a business kind of. So like I said, a whole lot of stuff that happened between us were more of business related issues and not really relationship related, but those business related issues were coming in between us. So if she says she has moved on, which I know she has, and I myself has also moved on, but I think it was important for us to say that to ourselves, and which we have done today. We've said that to ourselves that, oh, it's fine. So anybody who later says otherwise will have to be held responsible for whatever they say, because we have said that to ourselves. This is not now hearsay. So we've said that to ourselves that, oh, it's fine, we can move on and all those things. So I think I want to respect her decision. That is why this answer. Because this is her decision. So, and I want to respect her decision. So that is why this answer.
Because it's confusing, because you want a closure, but she doesn't want a closure, but you insist on no closure. So it's not a closure for you.
No, it's not a closure for me. After now, it's not a closure for me.
So are you going to go in pursuit of a closure after now?
I don't think so.
So you just want bygone be bygone?
Yeah, definitely. That has always been my intention. That has always been my intention, that whatever has happened in the past, we have to keep it there. But keeping what has happened in the past means that you have to own up to the things you have to own up to, and which is something I have done in different fora. And closure also gave me that opportunity to do so today. So I think my decision going forward is not a bad one. And this is not taken personal. You know, if it was personal, this would be different. This is it's a collective decision now. So this is a collective decision.